Hey everyone. So, I know that I basically implied that the last part was going to be the big ending and finale for BFA and for this run with this character in BFA. However, there was actually one more thing that I totally forgot about hearing, but also didn't necessarily know how I accessed it or how it worked. And so I came back here and I found Valera with this.
Let's talk.
The leaders of the Horde are gathering together in Orgrimmar to nominate a new war chief of the Horde. As a champion of the Horde, your presence at the meeting has been requested. The gathering will be held at the embassy in Orgrimmar. I will be going on ahead. Come speak with me when you arrive in Orgrimmar. I'll be waiting with the others. Make haste, champion. The future of the Horde is about to be decided.
Champion, head for Orgrimmar at your earliest convenience. I will meet you there.
Alright, hold on a second, I forgot to do this. There we go. Need to make sure people know that I'm busy recording a video, you know, so that they don't message me during that. Okay. Now, I have kind of hinted at this or talked about this in a couple of other videos. And this was basically revealed some time ago. And of course, this was also getting talked about because, of course, whenever a new patch or so is in the works, especially in PTR, people, you know, at places like Wowhead and such will do, you know, their best to try and data mine as much as they can to try and get, you know, spoilers out for people, you know, as early as they can for those who are interested in that. So, make sure I have, there we go. To the embassy. By the way, the Alliance has their own version of this cutscene in Stormwind. So, oh gosh, okay. Gotta do this every time I come here. There we go. Oh, hold on. All right, so before we join this meeting, so let's note all the leaders here, basically. Bane representing the Tauren, Rokan representing the Darkspear, Lillian Voss representing the Forsaken, Lorthamar representing the Blood Elves, Geira representing the Maghar, Thrall, of course, representing the Orcs, Thalisra representing the Nightborn, and Gazla representing the Goblins. And G's over here as well, representing the Pandaren. There are some others still missing, though, like, you know, the leaders of the Volpera aren't here. The Zandalari are not here. But I guess maybe Rokan is close enough that he can sort of represent them. So, anyways. Let's see, where is she? Oh, there you are.
I wouldn't cross me if I were you.
You got here just in time. The meeting is about to begin. The meeting to decide the next war chief of the Horde is about to begin. The other leaders of the Horde have already arrived. They're waiting for you inside the embassy. Speak with me when you're ready, and we will greet the others together. Alright. I'm ready to meet with the other champions of the Horde. If history is anything to teach us, it's that peace between the Alliance and the Horde is perilously short-lived. Unfortunately. But I'm hoping that someday that's going to change. Maybe now is the time. And this will also give some insight, not just into the Horde side, but I'll also try my best to get my, you know, for those of you who see my other playthrough where I'm going through Kultiris and the Alliance side of the story on my Demon Hunter, I'll try my best to get to the point where I can show you that cutscene as well. From what I can tell, this is only accessible once you complete the quest to beat N'Zoth in Nyalotha. So, we'll see how that goes. I'll try to see if I can pull that off before any changes are made, especially when Shadowlands goes live, and that effectively changes stuff like the LFR system and all that stuff. But anyways.
Without a trace.
The Alliance has sent word. They have agreed to the armistice. This bitter war is finally over.
At last, we can begin to heal our wounded Earth Mother, and the wounded Horde as well.
One question remains. Who will serve as war chief? Perhaps you, Thrall, would...
No. I told Sarvang I would not lead the Horde again. But perhaps the question is not who should become war chief, but whether there should be one at all.
Though the Horde has changed through the years, for good or ill, we have always looked to a war chief to guide us forward.
That legacy must end. The war nearly cost us everything. There is no place for a war chief in a time of peace. It is true. The Horde has changed. Our ranks have grown, and new voices have stepped forth to lead. This is what makes us strong. All of us, building a new future, together.
Hear, hear. Amen. That's what I've been waiting to hear for a long time. And that is exactly what we have needed. No war chief. No war chief needed during a time of peace. But rather a council of the leaders with equal leadership amongst them. I mean, this just makes perfect sense. And this is also a statement to the Alliance that they're not looking to continue, any more violence or war, between them. I mean, otherwise they would just name another war chief and make them go, oh, look at that, they've named another war chief, so they'll want to have war again. But no. That time is over. It's time to move in a new direction. Now, that being said, when I eventually show you guys the Alliance cutscene, at least I hope to eventually show you the Alliance cutscene, not everyone at the Alliance is entirely behind this. Namely the two that I've been calling out for quite some time. And, well, you'll see. But
My loyalties are my own.
It's been decided then. There will no longer be a war chief of the Horde. It seems that we have been made witnesses to the beginning of a new era.
Farewell.
And that, as far as I know, is effectively the real end of BFA. Let me just double check here because I was not, didn't know until I saw that over there. So let me just double check. I do like that G was here. I mean, of course, he's here, but again, it just almost felt like, like, where was Mela, during that, at Bane's side? I don't know. It felt like, okay, some of the leaders are here, but not everybody was here. But anyways, let me just go ahead and, astral recall for the win. Just head on back to the Great Seal just to double check whether or not there's anything else that has popped up. As far as I know, there is not. Yeah, that is effectively the end of BFA. So, basically, you can recall everything I said at the end of the previous part. This is pretty much a stopping point. Now, there is something I do want to say that I actually didn't say before in the previous part. This has been a long time coming, and boy, have we come a long way. I want you guys to think back, or you can even look back, because you're able to do that here on YouTube. Think back to where this playthrough began. This guy, I had just finished going through some of the Cataclysm zones, going from level 1 to level 58, and then I got a prompt to go to Outland, to Hellfire Peninsula, and that's where part 1 of this playthrough started. With me continuing my first time doing the leveling experience in WoW, with this guy going from level 1, then starting this playthrough, making my way through the expansions, though it wasn't necessarily the best experience I could have had because I was still learning the game. I was still a novice at this game back then. And we have now gotten to the point where I have finished the story content for BFA, and I mean, doing pretty well at this point, I think. 459. Looking to join a group, possibly with Perky Pugs, an amazing group of people, to be able to do a run in Heroic Nilotha, so I can be able to get that mount that you see right there, this mount right here, the Voidwing mount that looks like Vexiona. That's my goal right now. Working my way to be able to join a run to be able to earn this mount. So, now it may end up being a carry, but at the same time, I'm trying to get my character in a position where I'm not heavy baggage. And I think 459 is not exactly something to scoff at. And I don't think so anyways. But I'm still working at it. I just did a run before making this video with a group where we did a +9 mother load. We were doing a +10, but someone had to leave because of an emergency because, well, at the time that I'm recording this is the day that the national state of emergency has been declared here in the United States about, regards to the coronavirus. So, I'm held up here. I say that kind of jokingly, but my parents and I were here, and we're safe so far, in case you guys are wondering, but who knows how long it's going to be before this video gets uploaded, and who knows, maybe by the time I upload this video, the crisis will have passed, and it'll be over, and everything will be fine, but, yeah, let's just say I've been hearing a lot of other people, YouTubers and streamers say, that those of us who play WoW, that's like, well, in a way, we're kind of fine just kind of staying here in our homes just playing WoW because, well, you're obviously more at risk going out and being amongst a bunch of other people and big gathering places to get this, as opposed to just, staying indoors, not being around other people. And hey, how many of us that play WoW, that tends to be a stereotype thrown at us. Like, you're just, you don't socialize with any people, and all, you've heard all the stuff about people who play WoW, all the stereotypical stuff. And yet, right now, it doesn't seem like such a bad idea right now, does it? I know some people that have been saying that they are, they got some of their stuff to, stay indoors, and just play WoW until this whole thing passes. So, it doesn't necessarily sound like that bad of an idea, does it? So, anyways, this is the end of BFA. Unless something that I wasn't expecting comes up in BFA, I expect this to actually be the last part involving BFA until we get to the pre-launch event for Shadowlands, when we have to help deal with the Scourge before we have Bolvar send us to the Shadowlands. But that will be for another time. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.